It was a warm summer evening when Claire and I arrived at John and Lisa's house for their annual summer party. The sun was just beginning its descent, casting a golden glow over the suburban neighborhood. As we stepped into the backyard, laughter and music filled the air, mingling with the aroma of grilled food and the clinking of glasses. Claire looked stunning in a flowing red dress, her dark hair cascading over her shoulders. She caught the attention of everyone around us, effortlessly charming with her radiant smile and engaging conversation. I was proud to have her by my side, my wife of 5 years, the woman I thought I knew so well. Among the guests was Jake, an old colleague of Claire's from her days at the marketing firm downtown. I had met Jake a few times before at office gatherings, but tonight something felt different. They seemed unusually comfortable in each other's presence, sharing inside jokes and exchanging subtle glances when they thought no one was looking. I tried to shake off the uneasy feeling creeping into my mind, attributing it to the lively atmosphere and perhaps a touch of paranoia. Yet throughout the evening, I couldn't ignore the magnetic pull between Claire and Jake. They were drawn to each other like magnets, a connection that seemed to grow stronger with each passing moment. As the night wore on, I found myself watching them more closely, observing their interactions with an increasing sense of unease. Was it just my imagination, or was there something more between them? Claire's laughter echoed in my ears, mingling with the doubts that had begun to cloud my thoughts. Eventually, I excused myself from a conversation with Lisa, pretending to need a refill on my drink. I slipped into the house and found a quiet corner where I could observe Claire and Jake from a distance. They were engrossed in conversation near the edge of the patio, oblivious to my watchful gaze. That's when I saw it. A fleeting touch, a subtle brush of hands as they exchanged a laugh over some shared memory. My heart sank as realization washed over me like a wave crashing against the shore. There was something between them, something I hadn't noticed before tonight. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, grappling with a mix of emotions, betrayal, disbelief, and a rising tide of anger. How long had this been going on? Was I just blind to it all this time? With a deep breath, I pushed away from the wall and made my way back outside, determined to confront Claire and unravel the truth. The evening breeze seemed colder now, carrying with it the first whispers of a storm brewing on the horizon. Little did I know, this night would mark the beginning of a journey into darkness, a journey that would lead me to hire a private investigator, uncovering secrets that would shatter the life I thought I knew. The following morning, the weight of the previous night's revelations hung heavy on my mind. Sleep had been elusive, my thoughts consumed by images of Claire and Jake, their easy rapport etched into my memory. I sat at the kitchen table, absently stirring my coffee as I tried to make sense of it all. Claire breezed into the room, her usual cheerful demeanor faltering slightly when she saw my somber expression. "Morning, love," she greeted, leaning in to kiss my cheek. Her touch felt different now, tinged with a hint of guilt, or was it my imagination? "Morning," I replied quietly, setting down my mug. Claire hesitated, studying me with furrowed brows. "Is everything okay?" she asked, her voice tinged with concern. I met her gaze, searching for answers in the depths of her eyes. "We need to talk," I said finally, my voice steady despite the turmoil within. Claire's expression flickered, a fleeting shadow passing over her features. "But last night?" she ventured, her tone cautious. "Yes," I confirmed, my heart pounding in my chest. "About last night." We retreated to the living room, the air thick with unspoken words. I took a deep breath, steeling myself for what needed to be said. "Claire, I saw you and Jake," I began, my voice betraying a mix of hurt and accusation. Her eyes widened slightly, a flicker of surprise before a mask of concern settled over her features. "Andrew, it's not what you think," she started, her words rushing out in a desperate attempt to explain. But I couldn't listen. Not now, not when the truth stared me in the face. "I need some time," I interrupted, my voice barely above a whisper. "I need to figure things out." With those words hanging in the air like a fragile thread, I left the house, needing space to process the shattered pieces of my reality. I wandered through the park, each step a struggle against the whirlwind of emotions threatening to engulf me. It was in that moment of solitude that I made a decision, an act of desperation born from a need to uncover the truth, no matter how painful. I pulled out my phone and dialed the numbers scribbled on the business card Philip Martins had given me years ago. "Martins Investigations," a voice answered after a few rings. "Philip?" I asked, my voice rough with emotion. "Yes, who's this?" came the reply, tinged with curiosity. "This is Andrew," I replied, my throat tight. "I need your help." A few days passed in a haze of uncertainty and restless nights before Philip Martins arrived at my doorstep. He was a middle-aged man with a no-nonsense demeanor, his eyes sharp behind wire-rimmed glasses as he listened intently to my story. "I need to know the truth, Mr. Martins," I said, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. "I need to know if Claire's been seeing someone else." Philip nodded, his expression unreadable. "I understand, Andrew. Rest assured, I'll do everything I can to find out." With that assurance, he set to work. Over the next few weeks, Philip's investigations were discreet yet relentless. He followed Claire's movements, documented her interactions, and pieced together a timeline of her activities. Each evening, Philip would report back to me, his briefcase filled with photographs, notes, and recordings. It was a surreal experience, watching my life unravel through the lens of a private investigator. One evening, as I sat in my dimly lit study reviewing Philip's latest findings, a wave of nausea swept over me. The evidence was irrefutable. Claire had indeed been meeting Jake regularly, often under the guise of work lunches or late meetings. I traced my fingers over a photograph of Claire and Jake at a cozy bistro, their heads bent close together in intimate conversation. The anger burned hot within me, tempered only by the cold realization that my suspicions had been confirmed. Philip cleared his throat, breaking the silence that had settled over the room. "Andrew, I'm sorry you had to see this," he said, his voice tinged with sympathy. I nodded numbly, unable to tear my eyes away from the damning images before me. "Thank you, Philip," I managed to say, my voice hoarse with emotion. "Thank you for finding the truth." He nodded once, his expression grave. "What do you plan to do now?" he asked gently, his concern palpable. Closing the file with a sense of finality, I met Philip's gaze. "I need to confront her," I replied, my tone resolute. "It's time to confront her and put an end to this." Philip nodded again, his support unwavering. "Take your time, Andrew, and remember you're not alone in this." With those words echoing in my mind, I steeled myself for the difficult conversation that lay ahead. It was time to confront Claire and confront the reality of our shattered marriage. The day of reckoning had arrived. I waited in the living room, my hands clenched into fists to steady my nerves. Every tick of the clock seemed to echo loudly in the quiet room, each passing second bringing me closer to the confrontation I had been dreading yet determined to face. Footsteps echoed down the hallway, and I looked up as Claire entered the room. Her face was a mask of concern and confusion as she took in my tense posture and the somber atmosphere that hung between us. "Andrew, what's going on?" she asked softly, her voice tentative. I stood up slowly, facing her with a mix of emotions swirling within me. Anger, betrayal, and a deep-seated sadness that threatened to overwhelm everything else. "I know, Claire," I said finally, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside. "I know about you and Jake." Her eyes widened in shock, a flicker of panic crossing her features before she composed herself. "Andrew, it's not what you think," she began, her words rushed and desperate. "Don't," I interrupted, holding up a hand to stop her. "Philip Martins showed me the evidence, Claire. I've seen the photographs, the recordings. There's no denying it." Claire's shoulders sagged slightly, her mask slipping to reveal a mix of guilt and regret. "Andrew, I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I never meant for this to happen." "But it did," I replied bitterly, the weight of her betrayal settling heavily upon me. "For over a year, Claire, how could you?" She looked away, unable to meet my gaze. "I don't know," she admitted quietly. "It just happened." Silence stretched between us, heavy with unspoken words and shattered dreams. The room felt suffocating, the walls closing in around us as we stood on the precipice of the end. "I can't do this anymore, Claire," I said finally, my voice breaking with the weight of my decision. "I can't pretend that everything is okay when it's not." Tears welled up in Claire's eyes as she reached out, her hand trembling slightly as she brushed against mine. "Andrew, please," she pleaded, her voice cracking with emotion. "I love you." But her words fell on deaf ears. The love I had once felt for Claire seemed a distant memory now, overshadowed by the pain of betrayal and the stark reality of our broken trust. "I'm filing for divorce," I said quietly, my voice barely above a whisper. "I can't stay in this marriage, not after everything that's happened." Claire recoiled as if struck, her hand falling back to her side. "Andrew, please," she begged again, her voice desperate. "Give me another chance." But I shook my head, the finality of my decision settling over me like a shroud. "I can't," I repeated, my voice hollow with resignation. "I deserve better than this." With that, I turned away, unable to bear the sight of the woman who had once been my wife but was now a stranger. It was time to walk away, to rebuild my life from the ruins of our shattered marriage. As I walked out of the room, leaving Claire standing there in stunned silence, I knew that this was not the end but the beginning of a new chapter, one that would be defined by healing, self-discovery, and the hope of finding true happiness once more. The days that followed the confrontation with Claire blurred together in a haze of paperwork, emotional upheaval, and restless nights. I threw myself into the practicalities of divorce proceedings, meeting with lawyers and sorting through the intricacies of dividing our shared assets. Amidst the chaos, a sense of numbness settled over me, a protective shield against the pain and uncertainty that threatened to engulf my thoughts. Yet, beneath the numbness, a flicker of determination burned bright, a resolve to reclaim my life and rediscover the person I had lost in the wreckage of my marriage. One evening, as I sat alone in the quiet solitude of my apartment, a knock on the door shattered the stillness. I opened it to find Philip Martin standing on the threshold, his expression a mix of concern and unwavering support. "Andrew," he greeted quietly, stepping inside at my invitation. "How are you holding up?" I managed a small, tired smile. "I'm managing," I replied, grateful for his presence. "Thank you for everything, Philip. I wouldn't have made it through this without your help." He nodded solemnly, taking a seat across from me. "You're stronger than you realize, Andrew," he said gently. "But remember, healing takes time." Time. A concept that seemed both infinite and fleeting in the wake of my shattered marriage. I leaned back in my chair, the weight of exhaustion settling over me like a heavy blanket. "I don't know who I am anymore, Philip," I confessed, my voice raw with vulnerability. "Everything I thought I knew about my life has been turned upside down." Philip listened in silence, his gaze steady and understanding. "It's okay not to have all the answers right now," he reassured me. "This is a time for self-discovery, for rediscovering your passions and what truly makes you happy." His words resonated deep within me, stirring a dormant longing for a sense of purpose beyond the confines of my failed marriage. "What now?" I asked quietly, seeking guidance amid uncertainty. Philip leaned forward, his tone earnest. "Now, you focus on yourself," he advised. "Rediscover old hobbies, explore new interests, and surround yourself with supportive friends and family." I nodded slowly, absorbing his words like a lifeline in the storm. "And Claire?" I asked hesitantly, the pain of her betrayal still fresh in my heart. Philip's expression softened. "Claire is on her journey now," he said gently. "Focus on your healing, Andrew. The rest will unfold in its own time." With Philip's guidance and unwavering support, I began to tentatively embrace change, a journey marked by small victories and moments of clarity amidst the lingering shadows of heartache. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, I started to reclaim fragments of myself, rediscovering old passions, forging new connections, and gradually rebuilding a life that felt uniquely mine. With each passing day, Andrew found himself gradually settling into a rhythm of life that felt both familiar and new. The wounds of betrayal still lingered, but they no longer dominated every waking thought. Instead, a sense of liberation began to take root, a freedom to explore, to grow, and to redefine what happiness meant to him. One sunny Saturday morning, Andrew woke with a sense of purpose tingling in his veins. He had spent the previous evening with close friends, laughing and reminiscing about old times, a reminder of the unwavering support that had sustained him through the darkest moments. As he sipped his morning coffee on the balcony of his apartment, Andrew made a spontaneous decision. Today, he would revisit one of his long-neglected passions, a love for photography that had taken a back seat during his marriage. Armed with his camera and a newfound determination, Andrew ventured into the heart of the city. The streets bustled with life, each corner offering a new perspective, a fresh canvas waiting to be captured through his lens. He found himself drawn to a quiet park, its pathways bathed in dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy of trees. With practiced ease, Andrew framed shots of children playing, elderly couples sharing a bench, and the vibrant colors of blooming flowers, a testament to the beauty that persisted amidst life's complexities. As he clicked away, lost in the artistry of photography, Andrew felt a weight lifting from his shoulders. Here, behind the lens, he discovered a sanctuary, a place where moments froze in time, where emotions found expression without words. Hours passed unnoticed until the fading light of dusk nudged Andrew back to reality. He packed away his camera with a sense of contentment tinged with wonder, a reminder that even in moments of solitude, life held infinite possibilities. That evening, as Andrew reviewed the day's photographs on his laptop, he realized something profound. Beyond the pain of betrayal and the tumult of divorce, he was rediscovering himself, an individual capable of finding joy, beauty, and meaning in the simplest of moments. With renewed determination, Andrew made a promise to himself to continue exploring, to nurture his passions, and to embrace the journey of self-discovery with an open heart. As he closed the laptop and settled into bed, a sense of peace washed over him, a whisper of a new beginning, unfolding one photograph, one moment at a time. Weeks turned into months, and Andrew continued to immerse himself in his newfound passions and pursuits. Photography became not only a creative outlet, but also a form of therapy, a way to capture moments of beauty and introspection amidst the complexities of life. One crisp autumn afternoon, Andrew received a letter in the mail, a formal notification that his divorce from Claire had been finalized. He stared at the envelope in his hands, a mix of relief and sadness washing over him. With a deep breath, Andrew opened the letter and read through the legal jargon that marked the end of his marriage. It was a bittersweet moment, a closure he had long sought, yet one that stirred a whirlwind of emotions within him. Setting the letter aside, Andrew retreated to the quiet solitude of his favorite coffee shop. He sat by the window, watching the world pass by outside as he reflected on the journey that had led him to this moment. The pain of betrayal still lingered, but it no longer held the power to consume him. Instead, Andrew found himself grateful for the lessons learned, for the resilience that had emerged from the depths of heartache. As he sipped his coffee, Andrew pulled out his laptop and scrolled through the photographs he had taken in recent months. Each image told a story, a testament to his growth, his healing, and the beauty he had discovered in unexpected places. Lost in thought, Andrew was startled when a familiar voice interrupted his reverie. He looked up to see Philip Martin standing before him, a warm smile on his face. "Andrew," Philip greeted, taking a seat opposite him. "How are you?" Andrew returned the smile, grateful for the presence of a friend who had walked alongside him through the storm. "Getting there," he replied honestly. "Today marks the end of a chapter." Philip nodded knowingly. "Closure can be a powerful thing," he remarked, his gaze thoughtful. "It's a chance to reflect on where you've been and to look forward to what lies ahead." Andrew nodded in agreement, his thoughts drifting to the future with a newfound sense of optimism. "I'm ready for whatever comes next," he said quietly, the words carrying a weight of determination. Philip raised his cup in a silent toast. "To new beginnings," he proposed, his voice tinged with encouragement. "To new beginnings," Andrew echoed, lifting his cup in response. As they clinked their coffee cups together, Andrew felt a sense of peace settle over him, a realization that despite the pain of the past, he had emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to embrace the journey ahead, wherever it may lead. With closure came a renewed sense of purpose and a determination to forge ahead. Andrew threw himself into his work with newfound vigor, finding solace in the familiar routine and the challenges that awaited him each day. One sunny afternoon, as Andrew navigated the bustling streets of downtown, a chance encounter changed the course of his journey. He bumped into an old friend from college, Sarah, outside a quaint bookstore. Sarah's warm smile and genuine interest in his well-being sparked a conversation that flowed effortlessly, a reminder of the joy found in genuine connections. Over coffee at a nearby cafe, Andrew and Sarah caught up on years gone by, sharing stories, laughter, and dreams for the future. Sarah, a talented artist, spoke passionately about her latest projects and the creative fulfillment she found in pursuing her artistic vision. Inspired by Sarah's enthusiasm, Andrew found himself opening up about his journey of self-discovery, how photography had become a source of healing and inspiration, a way to capture moments of beauty amidst life's complexities. "I've been thinking about starting a photography blog," Andrew admitted tentatively, the idea taking shape as he spoke. "Sharing my photos, telling stories through images, it feels like the right next step." Sarah's eyes lit up with excitement. "That sounds amazing, Andrew," she exclaimed, her encouragement buoying his spirits. "You have such a unique perspective. People would love to see the world through your lens." Encouraged by Sarah's words, Andrew decided to take the plunge. That evening, he registered a domain name for his photography blog and began curating his favorite photographs, each image a reflection of his journey, from heartache to healing, from despair to hope. In the weeks that followed, Andrew poured his heart and soul into the blog. He wrote heartfelt captions, shared personal anecdotes behind each photograph, and connected with a growing community of fellow photography enthusiasts and storytellers. Through the blog, Andrew found a sense of purpose, a platform to share his passion for photography, to inspire others with his journey of resilience, and to find fulfillment in creating something meaningful out of the fragments of his past. As the blog gained traction, Andrew discovered a newfound confidence, a belief in his strength and resilience, and a deep-seated optimism for the future that had once seemed uncertain. With each click of the camera shutter, Andrew embraced the beauty of the present moment, a testament to the transformative power of embracing change, pursuing passions, and finding joy in the journey of self-discovery. As Andrew immersed himself in his photography blog and the newfound joy it brought him, life began to unfold in unexpected ways. Amidst the rhythm of daily routines and creative pursuits, he found himself drawn to a new chapter, one that would redefine his understanding of love and possibility. One evening, while attending a local photography exhibition showcasing emerging artists, Andrew crossed paths with a familiar face. It was Emma, a woman he had met briefly years ago through mutual friends, a kind-hearted soul with a passion for travel and storytelling. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, fueled by a shared love for photography and a mutual appreciation for life's intricacies. Emma's warmth and genuine curiosity about Andrew's journey resonated deeply, sparking a connection that felt both familiar and exhilarating. Over the following weeks, Andrew and Emma spent time exploring the city together, photographing hidden gems, sharing quiet moments in cozy cafes, and engaging in conversations that spanned dreams, fears, and the profound beauty found in everyday adventures. With each passing day, Andrew found himself drawn to Emma's infectious laughter, her zest for life, and the way she embraced the world with an open heart. It was a stark contrast to the pain of his past, a reminder that love could be gentle, nurturing, and filled with endless possibilities. One crisp autumn afternoon, as they wandered through a vibrant park ablaze with fiery leaves, Andrew found himself unable to ignore the growing warmth in his heart. With a sense of clarity that felt like coming home, he confessed his feelings to Emma beneath the canopy of a towering oak tree. "Emma," he began, his voice steady yet tinged with vulnerability, "I didn't expect to find you." Emma turned to him, her eyes sparkling with a mixture of surprise and joy. "Andrew," she whispered, her voice soft against the rustling leaves. "I didn't expect it either, but I'm glad we found each other." At that moment, beneath the golden hues of autumn and the promise of new beginnings, Andrew and Emma embraced the possibility of a future intertwined, a journey of love, healing, and rediscovery that transcended the pain of the past. As they walked hand in hand through the park, Andrew felt a sense of peace settle over him, a recognition that amidst life's twists and turns, love had found its way back to him in the most unexpected of places. Together, Andrew and Emma embarked on a new chapter, a chapter defined by laughter, shared dreams, and the unwavering belief that from the ashes of heartache, beauty could blossom once more. Andrew and Emma's relationship blossomed with each passing day, weaving a tapestry of shared adventures, heartfelt conversations, and moments of quiet understanding. They discovered a deep compatibility rooted in their love for photography and travel, and a mutual desire to savor life's simplest joys. One spring afternoon, Andrew surprised Emma with a weekend getaway to a quaint seaside town they had both dreamed of exploring. They strolled along sandy shores, the salty breeze tangling in Emma's hair as they captured the play of sunlight on the ocean waves through their lenses. Over candlelit dinners and starlit walks along the pier, Andrew found himself opening up in ways he hadn't before, sharing the pain of his past, the lessons learned, and the hope that had bloomed anew with Emma by his side. "I never expected to find love again," Andrew admitted one evening, his gaze fixed on Emma's earnest eyes across the table. "But you've shown me that healing is possible, that happiness is within reach." Emma reached across the table, her fingers intertwining with Andrew's as she smiled warmly. "You've taught me the same," she replied softly. "That love can mend even the deepest wounds, and that together we can create a future filled with joy and possibility." As they toasted to their journey together, Andrew felt a profound sense of gratitude, a recognition of the resilience that had carried him through heartache, and the newfound hope that anchored him to Emma's side. In the months that followed, Andrew and Emma continued to nurture their relationship with tenderness and patience. They explored new destinations, captured fleeting moments of beauty through their lenses, and built a home filled with laughter, shared dreams, and unconditional support. Through it all, Andrew never forgot the lessons learned from his past, the importance of honesty, communication, and the courage to embrace vulnerability. With Emma, he found a partner who celebrated his strengths, understood his vulnerabilities, and walked beside him through life's inevitable highs and lows. As they sat together one evening on their balcony, watching the sun dip below the horizon in a blaze of fiery colors, Andrew marveled at the journey that had led him to this moment. A journey marked by resilience, renewal, and the transformative power of love. With Emma by his side, Andrew knew that the future held endless possibilities, a testament to the enduring hope that had guided him through the darkest of times and now illuminated their path forward, hand in hand. As Andrew and Emma's relationship flourished, Andrew found himself reflecting on the profound transformations that had shaped his journey. He marveled at how far he had come, from the shattered pieces of his past to the newfound joy and stability he had discovered with Emma by his side. One evening, as they cozied up by the fireplace in their home, Andrew took out an old journal he had kept during the tumultuous days of his divorce. Flipping through its pages, he traced the evolution of his thoughts and emotions, the raw pain, the moments of doubt, and the gradual emergence of hope. Emma watched him quietly, her presence a comforting anchor amidst the memories that threatened to resurface. "What are you thinking about?" she asked gently, breaking the silence that hung between them. Andrew closed the journal with a sigh, setting it aside as he turned to Emma with a small smile. "I was reflecting on everything that's happened," he admitted, his voice tinged with nostalgia. "On the journey that led me to you." Emma reached out, her hand finding his and squeezing it gently. "I'm grateful for that journey," she replied softly, "for all the experiences that shaped who you are today." They sat in companionable silence for a while, the crackling of the fire filling the room with warmth and a sense of peace. Andrew thought about the lessons he had learned along the way, about forgiveness, resilience, and the healing power of love. "I never imagined I'd find this kind of happiness again," Andrew confessed, his gaze searching Emma's eyes for reassurance. Emma smiled tenderly, her love for him evident in every glance. "Life has a way of surprising us," she murmured, "of leading us to exactly where we're meant to be." In that moment, Andrew knew with unwavering certainty that he had found his place, with Emma, in a future filled with shared dreams, laughter, and unwavering support. Together they had weathered storms and discovered the beauty that bloomed in the aftermath of heartache. As they sat together, enveloped in the quiet embrace of their love, Andrew felt a deep sense of gratitude for the resilience that had carried him through his darkest days, and the profound joy that now illuminated his path forward. With Emma by his side, Andrew knew that their journey was far from over. It was a testament to the enduring power of hope, resilience, and the transformative journey of healing that had brought them together. As Andrew and Emma continued to nurture their relationship, life unfolded in a tapestry of shared experiences and dreams for the future. They embarked on new adventures together, exploring distant landscapes, capturing fleeting moments through their lenses, and cherishing the simple joys of everyday life. One crisp autumn day, Andrew received an unexpected email that would change the course of their journey. It was an invitation to exhibit his photography at a prestigious gallery, a recognition of his talent and the compelling stories he conveyed through his art. Andrew stared at the email in disbelief, his heart racing with a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation. Emma's eyes lit up with pride and encouragement as she read the invitation over his shoulder, her hand finding him in a silent gesture of support. "You have to do it, Andrew," Emma urged, her voice filled with unwavering belief in his abilities. "This is an incredible opportunity to share your passion with the world." With Emma's encouragement echoing in his mind, Andrew accepted the invitation with gratitude and determination. Over the following weeks, he immersed himself in preparations for the exhibition, selecting his finest photographs, refining his artist statement, and envisioning the stories he wished to convey to those who would visit the gallery. As opening night approached, Andrew found himself surrounded by friends, family, and fellow artists who had gathered to celebrate his work. The gallery buzzed with excitement and admiration as guests admired Andrew's photographs, each image a testament to his journey of healing, resilience, and the beauty he had discovered along the way. Standing beside Emma, Andrew felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him, a realization that his passion for photography had transcended personal healing to touch the hearts and minds of others. He met visitors who were moved by his images and who found solace and inspiration in the stories they told. One elderly gentleman approached Andrew with tears in his eyes, his voice trembling with emotion. "Your photographs reminded me of the beauty that exists in everyday moments," he confided. "Thank you for sharing your journey with us." Andrew's heart swelled with gratitude as he thanked the man, his eyes meeting Emma's across the room, a silent exchange of pride, love, and the shared understanding of how far they had come together. At that moment, amidst the applause and accolades, Andrew realized that the exhibition was more than a showcase of his photography. It was a celebration of resilience, of embracing new horizons, and of the transformative power of love that had illuminated his path. As he stood in the gallery surrounded by the people who had supported him through the highs and lows of his journey, Andrew knew with unwavering certainty that the future held limitless possibilities, a testament to the enduring hope, courage, and belief in the beauty of life's unexpected twists and turns. Following the success of his photography exhibition, Andrew found himself reflecting on the profound journey that had led him to this moment of fulfillment and gratitude. He sat in his favorite spot by the window, sipping a cup of steaming coffee, with Emma's presence a comforting presence beside him. The gallery's closing had marked a milestone, a culmination of his artistic endeavors and a testament to the healing power of pursuing one's passions. As he gazed out at the city skyline bathed in the soft glow of twilight, Andrew felt a deep sense of contentment settles over him. "Can you believe how far we've come?" Emma's voice broke through his reverie, her eyes sparkling with pride and love as she looked at him. Andrew turned to her, a smile spreading across his face. "I never imagined life could be this beautiful again," he admitted, his voice filled with awe and gratitude. "You've been my rock, Emma. Through every moment of doubt and every triumph, you've been there." Emma reached out, her hand finding him with a gentle squeeze. "And you've shown me what it means to embrace life fully," she replied softly, "to find joy in the smallest of moments and to believe in the power of love to heal." They sat together in silence, the cityscape twinkling beyond the window, a reflection of the possibilities that lay ahead. Andrew thought about the challenges he had faced, the resilience he had discovered within himself, and the unwavering support that had guided him through it all. "I'm grateful for every step of this journey," Andrew murmured, his gaze lingering on Emma's face. "For the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the love that has transformed my life." Emma's smile was luminous as she leaned in, pressing a gentle kiss to his cheek. "And I'm grateful for you," she whispered, her voice a melody of warmth and affection, "for the courage to open your heart again, for the love we share, and for the future we're building together." As they sat entwined in each other's embrace, Andrew knew with unwavering certainty that the challenges of the past had shaped him into the person he had become, a person capable of embracing life's uncertainties with courage and gratitude. In the quiet moments that followed, Andrew found solace in the realization that his journey of healing and renewal was far from over. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the transformative power of love, and the profound beauty found in embracing life's unexpected twists and turns. With Emma by his side, Andrew looked forward to the future with renewed optimism, gratitude for the present, and a heart filled with boundless love. A journey defined by resilience, reflection, and the unwavering belief in the beauty of life's unfolding chapters. As Andrew and Emma continued to navigate life together, their bond grew stronger with each passing day. They shared moments of laughter and joy, supported each other through challenges, and cherished the simple pleasures of everyday life. One evening, as they walked hand in hand through their favorite park, Andrew felt a surge of gratitude for the love and happiness that had become the cornerstone of his life. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of gold and pink, casting a warm glow over their intertwined fingers. "Emma," Andrew began softly, his voice tinged with emotion, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Emma's eyes widened in surprise, her heart skipping a beat at the sincerity in Andrew's words. She stopped walking, turning to face him with a mixture of love and anticipation shining in her eyes. "Andrew," she breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. He took a deep breath, his gaze never wavering from hers. "You've brought so much light into my life," he continued his words with a heartfelt confession. "You've shown me what it means to love deeply, to dream fearlessly, and to embrace every moment with gratitude." Emma's hand trembled slightly in his, her emotions mirrored in the tears that glistened in her eyes. "And you've shown me the power of resilience, of finding hope even in the darkest of times," she replied softly, her voice filled with love. With a steady heart and a trembling hand, Andrew reached into his pocket, retrieving a small velvet box. He opened it slowly, revealing a delicate ring, a symbol of his love, his commitment, and his belief in their future together. "Emma," he murmured, his voice thick with emotion, "will you marry me?" Time seemed to stand still as Emma stared at the ring, her heart overflowing with love and gratitude for the man standing before her. She blinked back tears of joy, her lips curving into a radiant smile that spoke volumes. "Yes, Andrew," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "Yes, I will marry you." At that moment, beneath the canvas of a breathtaking sunset and the promise of a new tomorrow, Andrew and Emma sealed their love with a kiss, a promise to journey through life together, hand in hand, embracing the beauty of each moment and the infinite possibilities that lay ahead. As they held each other close, surrounded by the whispers of nature and the gentle embrace of love, Andrew knew with unwavering certainty that their journey was just beginning. A testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the transformative power of love, and the promise of a future filled with boundless joy and endless possibilities. Andrew and Emma's engagement marked the beginning of a whirlwind of planning and anticipation. They immersed themselves in creating a wedding that reflected their love, values, and shared dreams for the future. Months flew by in a blur of venue visits, tastings, and heartfelt discussions about their hopes for the ceremony. They decided on a small, intimate wedding by the seaside, a reflection of their love for nature and the serenity it brought them. On a crisp spring morning, surrounded by their closest family and friends, Andrew and Emma exchanged vows beneath a canopy of blooming cherry blossoms. The air was filled with love and joy, each moment infused with the promise of a lifetime together. Andrew looked into Emma's eyes as they stood hand in hand, their hearts intertwined in a bond strengthened by resilience, understanding, and unwavering support. He felt a surge of gratitude for the journey that had led them to this sacred moment, a journey marked by healing, growth, and the transformative power of love. "I promise to cherish you, to support you, and to love you unconditionally," Andrew vowed, his voice steady yet filled with emotion. "Today and every day for the rest of our lives." Emma's smile radiated warmth as she spoke her vows, her voice carrying a melody of love and gratitude. "I promise to stand by your side, to celebrate life's joys with you, and to weather life's challenges together," she proclaimed, her eyes shining with unspoken promises. As they exchanged rings, a symbol of their commitment and the journey they had embarked upon together, Andrew felt a profound sense of peace settle over him. This was where he was meant to be, with Emma by his side, their love a beacon of hope and possibility. The ceremony was followed by a reception filled with laughter, heartfelt toasts, and the joyous celebration of their union. Andrew danced with Emma under the starlit sky, their laughter mingling with the music that filled the air, a testament to the happiness that filled their hearts. As they bid farewell to their loved ones at the end of the night, Andrew and Emma retreated to their cozy honeymoon cottage by the sea. They stood on the balcony, gazing out at the moonlit waves crashing against the shore, a moment of quiet reflection and gratitude for the love that had brought them together. In the embrace of the night, Andrew held Emma close, whispering words of love and gratitude for the journey they had embarked upon. A journey of healing, resilience, and the profound beauty found in embracing life's unexpected twists and turns. With Emma by his side, Andrew knew with unwavering certainty that their love was a testament to the enduring power of hope, the transformative journey of healing, and the promise of a future filled with boundless love and endless possibilities.